The cost of living is hitting many of us very hard. We understand this and we are acting to do something about it, which is more than the no-alition can say.
Do I call the member for Hunter?
Thank you, Speaker. Today is a very special day. It's the start of the new financial year. And you know what that means? Every Australian taxpayer will be getting a tax cut. It's Christmas in July for every taxpayer in Australia, and the Prime Minister and the Treasurer have been working hard at delivering for everyone who pays tax. While they may not have a sled, and I may be slightly too tall to be called an elf, what they do have is a hard-working team of Labor MPs behind them and a commitment to delivering for the hard-working people of this country. There's a lot to be excited about, Speaker, with all these tax cuts, so let me just crunch a few figures for you. All 13.6 million taxpayers will receive a tax cut. 2.9 million more taxpayers will receive a tax cut compared to the previous government's plan. 11.5 million people, that's 84% of taxpayers, will now receive a bigger tax cut compared to the previous plan. 5.8 million women, which is 90% of the women taxpayers, will now receive a bigger tax cut compared to what was previously proposed. Time and time again, we hear at election time that Labor is the party of higher taxes. It was never true, but now those opposite can't possibly use that line without making their lie crystal clear. In fact, we have heard the Deputy Leader of the Opposition say that they absolutely will roll back our tax cuts. Looks like taxes will be higher under a coalition government. Our outlook is clear and simple. We want more Australians to keep more of what they earn. I grew up in a hard-working family and I've worked hard to provide for my own family as well. I know that every cent saved helps. I know that when the cost of living makes family budgets tight, times can be hard. I also know that any relief is welcome relief, and that's why these tax cuts are going to have such a big impact for so many people in the Hunter electorate and right across Australia. But it's not just tax cuts that help. Our whole budget had a big focus on cost of living relief across the board. We've announced new energy bill relief for every household and 1 million small businesses. We've increased Commonwealth rental assistance by a further 15%, taking the total increase to 25%. Making it the first back-to-back increase in Commonwealth rent assistance in 3 decades. We've wiped almost $3 billion in student debt, helping more than 3 million young Australians, with the average worker saving around $1,200. And we've provided up to $3 billion to make medicines cheaper, freezing the maximum costs of the PBS prescriptions for everyone. We've also put the poor economic managers line that those opposite used to use to bed. We've provided all this at the same time as we're expecting to deliver a back-to-back surplus for the first time in almost 2 decades, Deputy Speaker, seeing wages grow the fastest in 15 years and getting real wage growth sooner than expected. Speaker, we're a government that is setting records. We have had around 800,000 jobs created since we came to government, and that's more than any other first-term government. It could not be clearer. We are getting on with rolling out billions of dollars of cost of living relief that's carefully designed to take some of the edge off some of the pressures that people are under right now. Deputy Speaker, you hear those opposite bang on about cost of living, saying over and over that something needs to be done. But if you pay close attention, you'll see them vote against every single one of these measures that will make a real difference to the people's lives of Australia. They're all talk, no action, and if they really cared, they'd support this relief, but they won't. Speaker, the cost of living is hitting many of us very hard. We understand this and we are acting to do something about it, which is more than the no-alition can say. We gave every Australian taxpayer a tax cut, which is more than the no-alition can say. And we did it because we really care about every single Australian, which is more than the coalition can say. Under Labor, wages are growing, jobs are being created, Aussies are being supported, and today everyone will be rewarded with a tax cut. Thank you, Deputy Speaker.